motherboard, graphics card, CPU, cooler, power supply. We even have SSD, M.2, and RAM. We even have RAM, RGB RAM. And that's not all. We have other gaming gears, gaming keyboard, gaming mouse pad, headset, gaming chair, and many more items. Because there's so many things to introduce to you, I won't waste too much time here. I will hand you over to an expert from Gigabyte, Mr. Brian Chan, tell you more about all the new AORUS products. Please welcome on the stage, Mr. Brian Chan.
Hello guys, we're super excited to be here in Singapore to introduce to you guys the newest additions to our AORUS ecosystem. And so let's begin with our motherboard. Okay, so this year we have a new nomenclature for our motherboard series. So we've split it into tiers, and instead of using like Gaming 7, Gaming 5, Gaming 3, we've actually developed Extreme and Master. Right, this is your AORUS Enthusiast platform. Then we also have the Ultra, Pro, and Elite. That's your AORUS Gaming. And then we have Designaire for the content creation. And then we also have Gigabyte Gaming for more mainstream gaming and your ultra durable series. So that's our new. These are our new naming rules. Okay, so here's a video. Okay, so Z390 AORUS Extreme. It's our new flagship motherboard for the Z390 series. And okay, so designed for all cores, overclocked at 5 gigahertz. Okay, with the release of the new Intel 9th Gen processors, many of you are probably looking at the i9 9900, and with the proper liquid cooling solution, the Z390 AORUS Extreme is capable of overclocking all cores to 5 gigahertz. Okay, so what makes this speed possible? So we added a 16-phase, true 16-phase digital power design. So you have your digital power design, and you also have 8+8 solid pin CPU power connectors to offer more precise power delivery. Okay, so the difference between let's say you have 16 true phases and some other motherboards, they might not have all true phases. So if you can see the voltage oscillation, you notice that the Z390 AORUS has the least amount of voltage ripple, right? So with less voltage ripple, you have more stable voltage, you have less voltage noise, and it makes way for more stable overclocking. So in terms of thermal design, obviously, heat dissipation, the thermal solution is obviously very, very important. So this time what we've done is basically implemented 4 different parts to the heat dissipation, the fins array, right? They have the stack fin design. So with the stack fin design, you have 300% more surface area for increased heat dissipation. Right, so a lot of graphic cards use this, and we decided to implement it on this board. Then you also have your 4X. You have 4 direct touch heat pipes. You have one in the front directly touching the chokes, and then you have one directly running through the VRM, and one that snakes around the back thing. And then we also have the high thermal conductivity pad, right? So it's increased to 1.5 millimeters. Thicker, and you have the layered it's a layer, so it can transfer 2.7 times more heat compared to standard thermal pads. Then we also have the nanocarbon base plate. The base plate has been coated with nanocarbon and adhesive, so you also have increased heat dissipation with this. So here's kind of a cool visual on how the direct touch heat pipes work. So the ones touching the chokes, and you have the ones that snake around to the back. Okay, so we also have the 2X copper, thicker copper PCB with a larger power plane. So better overclocking, better power efficiency. Okay, so one thing we did this time was for the solid pin power connectors, you'll notice that it's right angled. So this makes for easier installation. And with the solid pin connectors, you also get better connectivity. So the current capacity is 12% higher than your older platforms with the gigabyte design. Okay, so for wired connectivity, you have your Aquantia Ethernet controller. So for 10 GB Ethernet, this is possible. And it's 10 times faster than your standard 1 Gbps network connectivity. Okay, so through the Type-C, you have the Thunderbolt 3, and the throughput is up to 40 gigabits per second. So compared to previous generation Thunderbolt 2, it's twice as fast. You can also daisy chain up to 12 devices. So you have faster throughput, better data transfer. So we've included in the box the AORUS antenna. Basically, what you have here is better signal strength, twice the amount. Then you also have omnidirectional 4 dBi gain. And also, the antenna has a magnetic base, so it makes for more flexible configuration. And basically, for the user, it's a lot more convenient, and you get better Wi-Fi with this antenna. Then we also have the RGB fan commander, which basically consolidates all your hybrid fan headers and RGB LED headers. So when you're installing your rig, it's so much easier. It's really neat and tidy. So this is kind of a look at the RGB fan commander in more detail. Okay, so for audio, AORUS boards are known for their audio, and what we try to do is basically implement audiophile grade sound system into the board. So you have your ESS Saber DAC 9218, along with your audio codec AOC 1220VB. Previously, in previous generations, we used the AOC 1220VA, but this time we upgraded to the AOC 1220VB. And you also have your WEMA and Nishigon capacitors for more refined audio. So it doesn't matter if you're watching movies, or you're listening to music, or you're even seeing KTV. This is going to give you a more immersive audio experience. Okay, so this is kind of just an overview of the specs. Primarily to support the 9th and 8th gen Intel Core processors. especially the i9 9900K. And like as I mentioned before, 16 true power phases. And you also have your thermal design. It's cutting edge thermal design with both your fins array, your direct cut sheet pipe, your nanocarbon base plate, and thermal pad. So with that, you also have your Aquantia Ethernet controller, and you have Intel Thunderbolt 3 on board. And it comes with a RGB fan commander and triple thermal guards for more as a heat solution for your M.2 devices. Okay, so moving on to memory and SSD. As many of you know, we have the AORUS RGB memory, and this time it came with exclusive 2 RGB infused demo modules, which is basically a fancy way of saying the dummy modules. So, these memory modules utilize Samsung VDI memory modules and support RGB fusion technology. They're also ultra durable, like all of our Gigabyte motherboards. Okay, so the heat sinks, metallic color looks very slick. Then you have the light diffuser on the top to kind of make the lighting not as sharp. You also have the positioning of the eagle, which makes it easy for alignment, especially when you just have to slot forward the eagle going forward. And you also have screw-free heat sinks for better aesthetics. Okay, so the good thing about having these RGB infused modules is that you can populate your DRAM configuration without having to purchase another set of memory sticks. And so basically, as you can see here, we have a very colorful design. It illuminates the board. It gives it a more like a complete, well-rounded look. And the heatsink is also something we pay close attention to by making it 3 times more denser than that of your standard memory modules. Okay, so AORUS RGB memory is already out, and Gigabyte memory is on the way. It's coming soon. So moving on to storage performance, your SSDs. The main things we want to emphasize is performance with stability. Right, so here's kind of the roadmap for SSDs. Okay, so basically for this SSD product, we want to emphasize how we have you have capacity flexibility with your 502 GB or 256 GB. And they also have 3 TLC NAND flash, and you have the DDR3L DRAM cache, the buffer cache. Okay, so the 3 NAND flash faster and more reliable than your standard 2D TLC flash. And then you also have the external DDR3 SDRAM cache, which basically is a buffer cache, and this means you can improve your read-write performance overall. And also M.2 PCIe SSD. Here's a quick look into it. The AORUS one is still in development, but it's stay tuned for it. It's about to be released. And we also have so basically the estimated arrival date is sometime in 2019. Okay, so moving on to the graphics card. Here you can see the graphics card evolution over the years, and this time we just want to mention that AORUS, your high end, right? You have your AORUS, your RGB Fusion, and your WindForce, and you have your gaming. Right, RGB Fusion, WindForce, and then WindForce is primarily for cooling. Then you also have the other ones mostly for SIs, or you want flexible configuration or space-friendly configurations. Okay, so I'm going to show you a quick video. Okay, so the RTX 20 series, the AORUS Extreme. Okay, so basically the RGB light has been reinvented this time. We actually have the light on one of the fans, so you can get this halo effect with the lighting. Okay, so basically the 6 main components we're talking about here are stack fan design, right? That's a very big part of this design. Then you have the alternate spinning. And then you also have the cooling for VRAM and MOSFETs, heat pipe, which is direct touch directly touches the CPU. Then you have a metal backplate. And you also have, as usual, your ultra durable components. Okay, so let's break down this cooling solution a bit. So as I mentioned before, we have the metal backplate. You have your ultra durable components with the heat pipe, direct touch CPU. With cooling for the VRAM and MOSFETs, and you have the 100 millimeters, 3 of them, stack fans. Okay, so with the stack fans, what this does is basically, the fans are larger, right? So they provide more heat dissipation, but it also makes it viable for a compact build, right? So these graphic cards aren't big and chunky. So with this, you get 2 times more airflow and better heat dissipation compared to standard graphic cards. So you have this, so that's a cooling solution. Okay, so we also, like I mentioned before, the heat pipes directly touching, right? So you really have proper cooling with this, and you also have the composite heat pipes. So basically, you have better thermal balance. Okay, so power indicators. Okay, so the power indicators, basically, what it does is just give you kind of like, it's easier for, you'll know when the PCI voltage is unstable, right? So the indicator will give you guys notice by flashing light, right? So with the power cable disconnected, the light turns on, and with the light off, that means you have a stable power supply. So if it's blinking, that means that your power supply is abnormal. Okay, so also SOI support, right, for multi-graphical configurations for improved graphics performance. Okay, so this time we've actually added 2 extra HDMI. So now you have 7 outputs with 3 HDMI and 3 DP mode, and a USB-C, Type-C. Okay, so here's kind of our introduction on our OC series. These are, with RGB Fusion, WinForce, and OC Edition. So as usual, it comes with the usual RGB Fusion, right, with customizable color options, so you can bring your own style. And you also have the WinForce cooling system with the metal backplate and the ultra durable components, heatsink for your VRAM and MOSFETs. And very similarly, you also have the heat pipe, direct touch CPU. The fan blade is also unique, and alternate spinning, we'll get into that. So alternate spinning, basically you have the middle one going, as you can see, it's going clockwise, while the other ones are going counterclockwise. So this gives you smoother airflow and better heat dissipation compared to your standard. Sometimes with them going in the same direction, you're going to have a bit more turbulent airflow. Hence, weaker heat dissipation. So this alternate spinning is the new cooling mechanism. So the fan design, you have your unique blade fan, and so it's kind of like a triangular fan edge, right? So you get better airflow. And you also have the active fan, which basically it kind of monitors your GPU, and if it's low, it's shut down, and it's basically a smart fan. Okay, so as mentioned before, the heat pipes, direct touch with the composite heat pipes. Okay, you also have your durability is always important for all of our products, and you have your power indicators for the user's convenience. And you have, it's really easy to overclock. You just have to click the AORUS engine and get the overclocking. It does, pretty much does it for you. So if you're not as experienced in overclocking, this makes it so much easier for you. Okay, so with the Z390, and then if you pair it with the RTX and the 9th gen Intel Core processors, you can see noticeable improvements particularly in FPS. And when you run Battlefield 5, which is a very demanding game, right? You got demanding physics, and you also have a lot of rendering to do. So with this setup, you can have with the i5-9600K, you go from 156 FPS to 168. Likewise, with the i7-9700K, you go from 167 to 178. So this is it's a perfect configuration for fans who want to experience Battlefield 5. Okay, so when you when you get the RTX, you bundle it with the Battlefield 5, so everyone can have the most up-to-date gaming experience. Quick demo. Right, so lower storage mode, you can see highest FPS at 162 with Ultra 1080p. At Ultra 1440p, you have 132 FPS. Ultra 4K, 81. Okay, so that was a testing environment. So John from NVIDIA is going to give us a quick introduction on a more in-depth look at the RTX series.